Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Smita ma'am. Good morning, Arundhati ma'am. Good morning, Hugh. Good morning, Bharat. Keep the charts clean. We'll start in 2 minutes. Good morning, Faiza. Good morning, Ranjit. Good morning, Jason. Good morning, Sudhir. Let's start from daily time frame. Good morning, Varun. This will act as my previous demand with the previous demand continuity, with the continuity reallocation, with the reallocation structure break. With the structure break of action plan, market had given a break with the break continuity. At this continuity plan of actions, what are the next steps that we'll be looking? We will be looking for a retracement plan of action. Retracement कौन सा होगा जो हमारा previous action plan out में है, that will act as my retracement and 150% buying allocation. इस buying allocation के साथ what are the next steps that I'll be following? I will be following a supply allocation point. ये मेरा supply है. With the supply, previous reallocation structure will be taken under the consideration. Supply converted into demand. With the supply converted into demand, we will allocate the previous supply action. With the supply action, there was a breakthrough. With the breakthrough, reallocation of the plantings. Reallocation of the planting, market gave a movement and a closure. With the market moving and the closure, what are the next steps that will be following? Will be taking the entire supply of the action. With the entire supply of the action, continuity. With the continuity, what are the market's major conditions that needs to be taken under the consideration? Retracement point. जो इस point of action में मेरा previous retracement है, that will act as my current. With the current movement plan of actions, what are the next steps which will be taken under the consideration? We have a rejection. With the rejections, what are the major allocation points that will be looked at? The major lookout will be in perspective of to the previous at the current stage. This will be point of action one, which will be taken under the consideration. In this point of action, there is a break. With the break continuity, point one with the point 1, 2. We have a 200% rejection. With the 200% rejection, what do we notice? Market tend to continue the movement plan. So my previous demand will act as my current. In this scenario, the plan of action of the previous will be taken under the consideration of the current. With the current movement, what do we notice? There is a break and continuity. With the break and continuity, 150% rejection. With the 150% rejections, what are the major scenarios that needs to be worked over here? The major scenarios that needs to be worked and taken care of is in 4 hours. In 4 hours, what are the major allocation perspectives that will be taken with the point of interest to the previous? With that, we have a break of structure. With the break of structure continuity, with the continuity, there is a movement. The movement action plan again works as 150%. Rejection each and every time कितना लिया है market में जितना मेरा previous action point होगा inducement range का that will act as my current index. So in this scenario, this will act as my current movement plan. With the current movement plan, I will allocate a movement structure. With the movement structure allocation, the next point of interest will be taken under the consideration. With that, my previous supply will act as my current. In this scenario, the point of interest of the previous is this. With this previous action plan, we will look for the next. So with this rejection perspective, what did market tend to do? Market tend to create a structure. With the structure built, there is a fall through. When there is a fall through, what are the next steps that we'll be looking? We'll be doing a mathematical calculations. उसके साथ कल के दिन target hit हो चुकी है यहाँ पे, right? Post the targets are hit, what are the next steps that you will be following? You will be coming down to 1 hour. In 1 hour, do we have a POI range of action? Yes, we do have a POI range of action. With the POI range of action, do we have a circulation? Yes, the circulation one. With the circulation one, there is a break of structure. With the break of structure, realignment. So जैसे ही realignment होती है market में, what are the next steps? Rejection and continuity. So with the rejection and continuity, what will be the plan of action which will be taken under the consideration? The plan of action will be taken under the consideration of the previous. In this scenario, this demand will act as my current. With the current plan of actions multiplied, allocate. What do we see? We see an exact rejection from the point of interest. With the point of interest zone, the target completed. With the target completion, execution. Right? इसके साथ market में retrace कितना हुआ? जितना मेरा supply था in the zone of the POI, that will act as my current demand. With the current demand, there is a movement structure allocation. With the current movement structure allocation, will come down to 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, what do we notice? We have a circulating supply. In this circulating supply, what are the major plan of action which will be taken? The major plan of action will be taken under the consideration to the previous. In this scenario, at the first point of interest, this will act as my current. With the current movement plan, I will reallocate. With the reallocation, the next execution will be from the retracement. We have a rejection and continuity with the minimality. जैसे ही minimality zone generate होते हुए दिखी है, what are the next steps that I will be working on? I will be looking on 150% and 200% rejection. जैसे ही मेरे को इस point of interest में 200% का rejection दिखता है, what are the next steps that I will be allocating? The allocation will be into the previous. How do you look into the circumstances at the current state of actions? The current state of action. The current state of actions will be considered through the previous plan of action. With the previous plan of action, we have a current demand. With the current demand, there is a reallocation. With the reallocation demand, what are the next steps? We will repoint it to the current state. So in this scenario, what do we notice? The market is taking rejection from the same particular point. Yes, it's taking rejection from same particular point. But what are the major consequences that we need to be looking at the current state? What are the pressures indication and what are the movement indications? Movement indications and pressure indications will be considered through the movement with the movement action plan. This will be your swing high, this will be your retracement point, this will be your swing low. Do the math, you will see where the market is taking the rejections. With the market rejections, we are seeing a S2B2 setup. With the S2B2 setup, market has given a move towards the down with 150 pips. So what are the next identificational plans that will be taken under the consideration? The taken plan of consideration will be your previous supply. With the previous supply action plan, reallocation, right? With the reallocation structure, what do we notice? We have a break and continue. When there is a break and continue, we will look for 150%. Keeping in mind, हमारा minimality zone का target hit हो चुकी है. This is just an extortion allocation that we'll be looking at the current place. Right, with the current place of action, we have exact 150% rejection and 200% is our next mathematical number in the swing of high, retracement, and low. Any doubts in BTC? Please do ask. Any doubts in gold? Please do ask. I guess there are no doubts, so I'll be moving to BTC. With the BTC plan of action, start with daily time frame. With the daily time frame, the moment action plan will be taken under the consideration of the POA range. With the POA range movement plan, with the movement plan, the structure will be built. With the structure building, what is the next steps that we'll be looking? We'll be looking for a reallocation off to the previous. In the previous point of interest, we have a zone of conduct. With the zone of conduct inducement allocation, with the inducement allocation previous. So previous structure analysis is taken under to the part of the next. With the next, we'll allocate it with the inducement range of actions. With the inducement range of actions, we have a break. With the break, reallocation of the buying point. With the buying point of action, we have an internal liquidity zone. With the internal liquidity zone, there is a structure build. With the structure build, this will act as my previous demand allocation point. With the previous demand allocation, we have a break. With S2B even setup, we will look for a reallocation of into the second. We have a closure of the movement of the body into the previous. With the previous, we have a structure of the supply which is under built at this point. With this, we have a rejection which is taken under to the previous. जो कि हमारा इस supply will act as the current. With the current supply action plan, the market tend to break and continue. So we will reallocate the structure at the moment. With that, we have a rejection. With the rejection perspectives, what are the next steps that I'll be taking under the consideration? I'll be taking under the consideration of the previous movement plan. With the previous movement plan, I will reallocate the structure at the current with the POI and S2B1 setup. उसके साथ break and continuity. So I look for 150% and 200% rejection. जैसे ही मैंने 200% rejection देखा, what will be the first plan of action of the supply? The previous demand will act as my current supply point. With the current supply point of action, there was a break. With the break and continuity, 200% closure. Once the 200% closure was taken under the privilege, the previous demand will act as my current. With that perspective, the market tend to take a rejection from the same point. From the continuation of the movement will come down to 4 hours. In the 4 hours allocation, what are the major things which will be taken under the consideration? In the 11 minutes, if the candle closes at this point above break, your swing low will act as this, swing high will act as this, and retracement will act as this because major liquidity allocation is in perspectives of 88,000 and 90,000. Why 90,000? Because our previous allocation point of swing low, swing low, and retracement points were taken under the consideration. Uska, we have the golden ratio. With the golden ratio, there is a intermediate ratio pending. We will follow through the intermediate ratio. जैसे intermediate ratio complete होती है, we will look for a next plan of execution. At the state of actions, what are the measurements that I'll be currently following? The previous demand will act as my current. With the current execution perspectives, the point of allocation. With the point of allocation, there is a break and continue. With the break and continue, 150% rejections. Once there is a 150% rejections, what will be the next step of action plan that I'll be following? Reallocation of the spectrum. With the spectrum allocation, this will act as my supply. With the supply, the market had tend to move. So restructure allocation will be taken under the procedures. So we have taken it from the wick as there is the first reversal point of action. The second scenario will be from the body. So body point of interest target hit ho chuki hai and market is trying to take the rejection. So at this point of interest, the swing high, swing low, and retracement point golden ratio ka target hit ho chuki hai. We will come down to 1 hour. With 1 hour, what are the next step of actions we'll be looking? The market has created a circulating supply. With the circulating supply, this will act as my previous demand point. With the previous demand point, the current allocation will be taken under the consideration. With the current allocations, what are the next steps that will be followed through? Will be followed through a movement action plan of the next, which is in zone of act. When there is in zone of act, there is always a small zone which will create swing high, swing low, and retracement. Uska target hit ho chuki hai of 1.618. With that, the market has continued to take the rejections. Come down to 15 minutes. In 15 minutes allocation spectrum, if you notice what had market tend to do, market had tend to take a break through the previous action plan. In this scenario, we have a two range of actions. We will start with one. So this will be acting as my next. With the act closure, what are the next steps which will be taken under the consideration? With the minimality, we have 150% rejection. With the 150% rejection, we have a breakthrough. So when we have a breakthrough, what are the next steps which will be taken under the point of interest? The point of interest zones will be acting at the current. So current zone of indications will be taken under to the privileges of to the next. So zone of conduct will be at this point of interest because we had a minimality of the zone point. When we have a minimality of the zone point, what are the steps that needs to be followed? A reallocation to the previous point. When we look into the reallocation of the previous point, the major calculations will be in perspective to the next. The prospect the perpetual movements will be taken under the previous point of interest with the previous point of interest, the movement generation with the movement generation, breakthrough with the breakthrough continuity. So in this point, what are the major steps that needs to be followed? A reallocation spectrums off to the next point with the point of interest. This will act as my current demand with the current demand point. So at this scenario, we have 100% completion. With the 100% completion, I will just redrop it to 150% allocation point. So this is BTC, which will be following. Good morning, Hans. Still the first candle, guys. Calm, be calm. That's totally fine. Good morning, Santosh. Do the back testing with the back testing, do the forward testing with the forward testing live analysis. When we start looking for the fresh nanofish. supply inducement or POI. Day after tomorrow ना मैम, बने रहो अभी भी है. Strength is good. कोई आपका स्ट्रैटेजी को कटप्पा जोन बोलता है. Here, if we have to mark the supply, then which supply to consider from POI or the yesterday up move till 3060. Good morning, Yogesh. एक चीज क्लियर कट बता रहा हूँ, सुन लो सभी लोग। जितने भी लोग कोर्सेज बेच रहे हो ना इस स्ट्रैटेजी को लेके, डेफेमेशन केस होगी। शांत हो जाओ। मैं खुद नहीं बेच रहा हूँ, यहाँ पे आप लोग बेच रहे हो। सिखाओ, मेरे को प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। एंड जो भी कर रहा है, नाम भी आ चुके हैं हमारे पास। गुड मॉर्निंग साहू। वो भी गलत तरीके से सिखा रहे हो जो कोर्स में सिखा रहे हो आप लोग। राइट, आई बाइट दैट कोर्स एज वेल। पूरा गलत इन्फॉर्मेशन शेयर कर रहे हो 50,000 को। क्या कर रहे हो आप लोग? हाँ, मजाक है क्या? एंड लोग जो खरीद रहे हैं ना 50,000 दे के, महान है वो सब। 12 वीडियो है उसमें, 12 का 12 वीडियो गलत। कुछ भी करते रहते हो यार। लोगों को उल्लू बनाना बंद करो पहले आप लोग। गुड मॉर्निंग अनिरुद्ध। एट फर्स्ट प्लेस आप लोग यूज ही नहीं कर सकते हो कंटेंट को। कॉपीराइट है। कोई नहीं, मेरे को उससे प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। OMG 50 के 12 वीडियोस। एडिट कर करके वीडियो डालना आसान होता है। भाई मैं क्यों मूड ऑफ करूंगा? Why will I be mood off? Legal team will take the action. As simple as that. Good morning, Dosu. So action plan of BTC is correct. Minimality zone create हुई है in the plan of action scenario 2. This was the minimality range with the minimality range 100% with the 100% completion of 150. Okay. ये जो 50,000 का कोर्स बेच रहा है ना उसका बैंक अकाउंट में 350 रुपया है. Oh my god. भाई साहब, पूरा काला चिट्टा आ गया बंदे का। 5,000 का लॉस, 4 EMI। 4 साल से उधारी चुका रहा है दोस्तों का। In the current scenario, we are looking for inducement candle in gold. हंस जी, मैं आपको बोला था यहाँ पे कि S2B1 S2B2 सेटअप क्रिएट हो रहा है, करेक्ट? S1 सेटअप के साथ देख रहे हो तो 3 कैंडल का वेट करो, 3 पार्टनर इंड्यूसमेंट। So in this scenario, what you will be doing, we have a partner 1 with the partner 1, partner 2 with the partner 2. There will be another partner in 15 minutes. Then the continuity of the movement, right? So that is the plan of actions that you should be looking. Okay. When we considered only body allocation. Okay, Anji, hope you got the point. अभी भी पेंडिंग है जोन आउट, सो गलत एंट्री मत लेना। अभी जोन पेंडिंग है। ये क्या है? You don't look for a long allocation. उस बंदे के ऊपर डिस्प्यूट राइज करो वर्षा। False information, right? Misguiding the community. Second, third, defamations on using the copyright. Fourth, a structural imbalance of misusing the copyright property. मुझे पता है उसके पास पैसा नहीं है, बट वार्निंग तो भेजो। सर S2B1 एट B2 सेटअप्स को आइडेंटिफाई करने में मुश्किल हो रही है। आई नो, एक्सप्लेन कर दिया डिटेल में। एक्सप्लेन कर दे डिटेल में, करेंगे डेफिनेटली। राइट ऑफ कंडक्ट सेक्शन 118 के अंदर 18 करोड़ का डालना। दिस इज S2B1। ओके, लाइव पे बता रहा हूँ। सेटअप नहीं बनाया बट भी बता रहा हूँ, ठीक है। हाउ डज द S1B1 looks, S2B1, sorry, same setup. What do we notice? Candle closure with the candle closure, inside candle with the inside candle movement, S2B2 setup, right? Same movement, plan of allocation, market ने एक wick create किया, body close की, third candle executed, S2B1 setup, right? This is the point of actions that you will be looking at. In this scenario also, the same action plan will be taken care about with the S2B1 setup, right? So with this plan of actions, you will be looking for a third candle execution over here, right? जब तक वो एक मदर कैंडल क्रिएट नहीं करती है, विद द मदर कैंडल इनसाइड कैंडल नहीं जनरेट करती है, द प्लान ऑफ एक्शन शुड बी केप्ट इंटैक्ट। ओके हाँ जी। सो हमेशा याद रखना S2B2 इनसाइड कैंडल करके दो तीन कंफर्मेशन देने दो, उसके बाद ब्रेक, रिजेक्शन कंटिन्यू, या ब्रेक डायरेक्ट कंटिन्यू। Rejection definitely आती है. With that rejection only you look at fourth candle always, not prior to that. Okay, Anji? Oh, भाई साहब, what a day, huh? Starting. मजा आ गया बट सुन के. I thought it will be worth paying 50,000. It wasn't, यार. And Mr. Gaurav, आप जो कर रहे हो ना, अगर आपको लग रहा है कि मेरे पास कुछ डिटेल नहीं है आपका, राइट, आपका कांटेक्ट नंबर भी बता दूंगा मैं, चाहिए तो. Okay, so be very careful. कुछ भी नंबर कैसे आ सकता है तुम्हारे पास? 9475416896, कॉल करके देख लेना, नाम गौरव होगा. एंड जितने भी मिसयूज कर रहे हैं ना कंटेंट को, सबका नाम पता है, सबका नंबर है, सबका पूरा डिटेल है. क्या बात कर रहे हो? इतना काम क्यों? क्योंकि वो गलत यूज नहीं कर रहे. राइट, दैट्स टोटली फाइन फॉर मी. गलत यूज कौन कौन कर रहे हैं उनको बोल रहा हूँ, सतर्क रह जाओ. बॉडी अलोकेशन सिनेरियो एक्सप्लेन सर। करूंगा करूंगा। हम रिपोर्ट नहीं करते। हमारे पास उसका अलग ही तरीका है डील करने का। कॉपीराइट्स कांट बी यूज्ड फॉर 100 years। ये किसी को नहीं पता है। Patented works can't be used for 100 years। Registration properties can't be used for 40 years। ये जो लोग मजाक समझ के बैठे हैं ना, trading is not a business of everyone, guys। डेफिनेटली एक छोटे वैल्यू से बड़ा वैल्यू क्रिएट किया जा सकता है, नो डाउट। अगर यहाँ पे आप टिप्स के चक्कर में, कोर्स बेचने के चक्कर में आ जाओगे ना, बर्बाद हो जाओगे, बता रहा हूँ। सीखो, बिल्ड करो, खुद को एनर्जाइज्ड करके कामनेस बिल्ड करो, उसके साथ बने रहो। मार्केट बताता रहेगा, ट्रेड एग्जीक्यूट करते रहो। बट इस चक्कर में मत करो पेटेंटेड कॉपीज को या कॉपीराइट कॉपीज को खुद के नाम से बेचो। In 1 hour time frame in gold, the golden ratio is at 3031 for bullish movement. Is that right? Wrong। हंस जी, फर्स्ट अलोकेशन परपेंडिकुलर ढूंढो। परपेंडिकुलर मूवमेंट कहाँ पे ढूंढते हो? Allocation to the previous axis। ओके, सो हमेशा 1 आवर का स्ट्रक्चर बिल्ड आने से पहले यू हैव टू रिमेम्बर वन थिंग। क्या प्रेशर इंडिकेशन जनरेट होते हुए दिखी है? अगर प्रेशर इंडिकेशन जनरेट होते हुए नहीं दिखी है, राइट, मेक श्योर दैट you be in the direction of through the previous. In this scenario, the previous allocation point was started from the April 1st, right? So April 1st of point of interest se dekho. So what do we notice from the April? The market is in the bearish pressure. With the bearish pressure, allocation will be taken under the consideration when the market tends to create a bullish pressure. सो जब तक बुलिश प्रेशर आइडेंटिफाई नहीं होता है, आपका मैथमेटिकल कॉन्सेप्ट्स ऑफ बुलिश साइड शुड बी ऑलवेज इन 15 मिनट्स, नॉट इन 1 आवर, नॉट इन 4 आवर्स। ओके, सो हंस जी, फॉलो दिस। इस पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन का अलोकेशन कहाँ से होता है? स्विंग लो ये है, राइट, स्विंग हाई ये है, इसके साथ रिट्रेसमेंट पॉइंट ये है, राइट, उसका टारगेट हिट होके वहां से ही तो रिजेक्शन ले रहा है, राइट। सो व्हाई टू हरी? 150% will be the TP1, huh? काम पे जाना है, so see you in the New York stream. Take care, bye bye. Yes, we had got an entry point. यार मत बताओ वरुण। I'll showcase you Hans, कौन सा एंट्री की बात कर रहे हो? Because he has already said it. Hans, oh, he was in this trade. 30026. Okay. मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है सिर्फ 22 days दो भरत सीखोगे. Give yourself 22 days. Okay. At first place, why did you execute the trade over here, Mr. Venkat? Q. Do we have a reason? Do we have a setup? Do we have a moment? No, right? तो एग्जीक्यूशन क्यों देख रहे हो? इतना क्लियर कट बीडीसी में बोला था S2B1 सेटअप है, ये क्यों नहीं एग्जीक्यूट किए? हाँ वेंकट, क्लियरली बोला था करेक्ट, यहाँ पे S2B1 सेटअप क्रिएट हुआ है. व्हाई डिडंट यू एग्जीक्यूट दिस ट्रेड? एसएल कितना है यहाँ पे? 200 पॉइंट्स एज पर द रिक्वायरमेंट्स ऑफ एशियन सेशन, करेक्ट? अंश जी गलत लिखे हो. लंदन सेशन में एसएल 40 पिप्स होता है, एशियन सेशन में 20 पिप्स. सो एट द करंट सिनेरियो एशियन सेशन ही है, 11 बजे के बाद लंदन होगा, राइट? So always follow the rules. With the execution point, you are having 400 points over here at the current state. Why don't you take this kind of entry? यहाँ पे कौन सा सेटअप बनाया करके आपने शॉर्ट किए? हाँ, डेफिनेटली इस कैंडल में एग्जीक्यूट होता तो मानता. एक कैंडल का रेंज आके ही 50 पिप्स का है, right? So when the inducement range is of only 60 pips, where will you keep the SL over here when you're not following the rules? Definitely in perspective of the current movement, इस point of action में execute हुआ होता, then your SL is of 40 pips. ये भी बहुत risky है, but it's in the rule book, 20 to 40 pips. So मैं ये execution देखता. Why you guys are not understanding? Learning is important, guys. पैसे आ जाएगा. थोड़ा दिन दो खुद को सीखने के लिए, पहले सीखो, देन एग्जीक्यूट. आपको सीखना नहीं है, टिप्स चाहिए, डेफिनेटली दिस इज नॉट द प्लेस. आई एम सेइंग यू वेंकट, एवरी डे आई एम सेइंग यू, देयर आर मल्टीपल स्ट्रीम्स. जो पैसे लेके टिप्स देते, जो फ्री में भी टिप्स देते, वहां पे जा सकते हो आप. मेरे को प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है. सीखो पहले. लर्न व्हाई द मूवमेंट इज कमिंग, व्हाई दिस सप्लाई एंड दिस डिमांड इज एक्टिंग इनटू द प्रीवियस. उसके बाद जाके एग्जीक्यूट करना सीखो, right? Without having the knowledge why the market is taking the rejection, why? Sir, I thought from the top there is still to execute, so entered. If you're trying and trying, try to learn, not to execute. Understand which pressure is generated where. With that circumstances, you have to understand the privileges of previous retracement points. प्रीवियस रिट्रेसमेंट पॉइंट्स के साथ सप्लाई डिमांड अलोकेशन जानना बहुत जरूरी है. सीखो गए, सीखो. रोज ट्रेड्स मिलता है, ऐसा नहीं है कि वंस इन अ ब्लू मून ट्रेड मिलता है. रोज 300 पिप्स का मूवमेंट्स मिलता है. इट जस्ट यू हैव टू बी काम. 150% ही, सॉरी 150 पिप्स ही हमें चाहिए दिन का बेसिस पे, राइट? सो इन दैट पर्सपेक्टिव लर्निंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. पैसा तो रोज कमाया जा सकता है. विदाउट नॉलेज हाउ विल यू डू इट? Always remember one thing. First, learn, then remove the L and earn. Always. Nitesh, yes, Arundhati. Why don't you follow multiple strategies wherein people follow 7, 8 strategies? If you know Bruce Lee, I love one of the quote of his. I'm not scared of a person who knows 1,000 different styles of kicks. I'm scared of a person who knows one kick and practice 1,000 times. Say me one thing, Arundhati. In last 6 months of your journey, how many times have you given the SL? Hardly 3 times. So, when you have practiced it for more than 1,000 times in 17,000 charts, what are you scared of? A person who is teaching you a new strategy, or a person who is following EMA, or a person who is following a indicator? True. Got your point. Thank you. Sir, you told you will teach basics today. रोज बेसिक ही तो कर रहा है. This is basic only. Why are you not scared of gap up or gap down? जब आपको पता है मार्केट कितना गैप अप या गैप डाउन खुलेगा, why you have to be scared? ये लेवल्स पहले से ही है ना, क्या उसके ऊपर जाके क्लोज हुआ? नहीं. जब क्लोज होगा तब तब देखा जाएगा, क्योंकि एमटीएसएल हिट होना बहुत जरूरी है. अगर एमटीएसएल हिट ही नहीं होगा तो मैं एग्जिट क्यों करूंगा? So there is some levels in TG. How to read it, please? उस लेवल्स के हिसाब से S2B1 या S2B2 जनरेट होता है, ट्रेड एग्जीक्यूट करना होता है. ओके. हाँ, मैं क्लियर. अभी तो क्रैश शुरू हुआ है. अभी जब तक ट्रम्प का वो जो बातों में घुमा रहा है ना, वो जब तक कम नहीं होगा तब तक मार्केट में मूवमेंट स्पेक्ट्रम बने रहेगा. यो, ग्रेट, ब्यूटीफुल यू. बट वो आपका एमटीएसएल पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन गलत पॉइंट पे है. Sorry, your point of actions of the execution MTSL and TSL in India markets is in the wrong zone. Move it to 900. सर मैं आपके प्रीवियस लाइव स्ट्रीम देख रहा था, उसमें ब्रेकर के बारे में और अभी सप्लाई एंड डिमांड के बारे में, ये दोनों अलग है या डिफरेंट? वो प्रीवियस स्ट्रीम वी वर जस्ट ट्राइंग टू कट कॉपी पेस्ट, देन थॉट कि लाइक जो हम करते हैं उसे ही सिखाएंगे। अलग अलग है, वो अलग है, ये अलग, वो सब हटने वाला है, राइट? That was the analysis on a normal basis. So क्यों रखा है वो? क्योंकि we just wanted that to be there because in perspective कि लोगों को समझ में आना चाहिए कि नॉर्मल ट्रेडिंग एंड मैथमेटिकल ट्रेडिंग में कितना जमीन आसमान का फर्क है। मल्ली बाबू सर, गुड मॉर्निंग। गुड मॉर्निंग समर। हैदराबाद में बारिश, वाह। That's some good news. अभी थोड़ा राहत मिला आपका जुबान से सुन के। मैं उसमें फंसा हुआ था, समझ नहीं आ रहा था, अभी क्लियर हो गया। अहमदनगर में भी थोड़ा बूंद पड़ी होगा परसों के दिन। नाइस। आप गूगल देख के बोल रहे हो? सो वेंकट, होप यू अंडरस्टूड द मोमेंट। तुमने एंट्री ली रिटेलर्स के जैसे ऑन द ब्रेक, मार्केट ने उड़ा दिया। सो डोंट बी द रिटेलर। वही तो समझाना चाह रहा हूँ। Okay. नहीं सच में तो बारिश हुआ sir one video for people like me to understand will be grateful for lifetime जितने भी लोग बैक टेस्ट कर रहे हो डाउट्स लिखो पूछो all the new members welcome to the stream whatever doubts you have in regards to the market do let me know मैं भी बहुत आभारी हूँ किस चीज का आभारी हूँ आप जो फ्री में सिखा रहे हो मेरे जिससे यार आप लोग इतना डिमोटिवेटेड या नेगेटिव क्यों रहते हैं ये समझ में नहीं आता अनपढ़ हो तो अनपढ़ हो राइट गरीब हो तो गरीब हो हमेशा एक चीज याद रखो देयर इज वन कोट ब्यूटीफुल कोट if you are born poor it's not your problem if you die poor it's your problem so make sure you generate the wealth which you haven't got so that's totally fine be positive guys be positive one life you have one soul कितना नेगेटिव रहोगे जिंदगी में आज से सभी लोग नेगेटिव बात करना बंद कर दो खुद के ऊपर प्रेजेंट में जियो आपका फ्यूचर ब्राइट है अगर आज के दिन फ्यूचर में जीना शुरू करोगे तो आपका फ्यूचर बहुत खराब So live in the present, not in the future. Hi Sunil. Latest news. I heard about tax on crypto P2P. Do you have any updates on it, sir? Yes, 30% टैक्स है. 50,000 के ऊपर P2P ट्रांजैक्शन करते हो तो 10,000 पे करना होता है on every financial year basis. With that perspective, if you have gains, इस 30% के ऊपर आपको सेस 4% देना होता है. इस 4% सेस के साथ 1% की TDS कट होती है. 1% की TDS के साथ अंडर सेक्शन कुछ तो था यार, वो भूल गया हूँ. एक सेकेंड. सेक्शन 192 या 194 होगा. यस, हाँ 194. यस, 194 एस के अंदर टोटल यू विल बी गिविंग 3% ऑफ डिडक्शन कॉस्ट. On the 3% deduction cost under section Oblige Act, to bracket open 47A and B, you will be paying 15%. So overall on the gains you will be paying 30%. Sorry. Overall on the gains you will be paying 30% plus 1% plus 3% plus deduction cost of 3% plus on the transaction of P2P of 50,000 plus every year you will add 10,000. So this is the new tax rule. In this scenario, अगर आप इंडिया से ट्रेड कर रहे हो, not this is only for the people in Indian markets, जो इंडिया से बैठ के ट्रेड कर रहे हैं. नहीं नहीं, आप डरो मत स्मिता मैम, आप तो दुबई का हो. डोंट वरी, आपका जीरो है. ओके. सो फाइनेंशियल ईयर क्लोज ही हो गया ना, तो अभी कैलकुलेट करके क्या करोगे? सो अभी एक रेजिमेंट ओपन होती है ऑन मई में ओपन होता है फिर से रीटैक्स फाइलिंग। उस टैक्स फाइलिंग में प्लीज शोकेस योर एंटायर प्रीवियस ईयर डेटा, जो भी आप ट्रेड किए हो, ठीक है, बीटीसी का। Am I clear? And please consult your CA to save some money. अगर if you're trading in a big value, Sunil, just make sure consult your CA once. हाँ है ना, we have that also. वर्षा वो recent ये जो था ना, crypto legal document, please let me know once. वो शेयर कर दो मेरे साथ। नहीं नहीं रुको, उसमें तमाम ऐड ऑन अभी करेंगे फिर से, परसों तक होल्ड करना है इसे। अभी तक फुल्ली रेगुलेट नहीं हुआ है अंश जी, right? The latest news as per March 24th, it's not fully regulated. Bilal bin Siddiqui, the CEO of Crypto Council, has announced that it will generate the revenue and the income stream, but not yet fully regulated. But it's not illegal nor banned, so you can trade. Okay. You get your trailing down. Your trailing perspective will be at 23,169. System trailing. Okay. So complete year will be calculated. लॉसेस ज्यादा मत दिखाओ, लॉसेस के ऊपर भी डिडक्शन है, ठीक है। हाँ बट ओवरऑल स्ट्रक्चर तो आपको दिखाना ही पड़ेगा। लवली। ह्यूमैनिटेरियन ग्राउंड्स में बात क्या करो मिस अंजलि. Good morning, Patel. Good morning. अचुंबक हो गए. हम्म, चुंबक. Yes, both will be calculated. So you'll be paying tax on overall of 55,000. 55,000 में आप भरोगे, सॉरी, 30% सीधा सीधा गवर्नमेंट को जाएगा. If your CA is good, then he can protect your 40,000 on this. Else, no. Okay. Sir, how to remove the brain fog? Stop overthinking. Live in present. You're all set to go. Only two things. Any doubts you guys are having, please do ask. Take home 150, no? Then why? Why hurry? Why hurry, Barry? That's totally fine, yeah. Not an issue at all. Life is a boat. Till the time your consistency in a flow of water, the boat will be moving. The day you will stop learning, the day you will stop being consistent in something, that day this boat will come down inside the water. It will sink. So always remember, be consistent in whatever you're doing so that your boat gets sailed with the flow. Always remember this, the most important key. Whatever you want to do in life, the only one thing and one mantra that follows is the 3 Ds. The first D is discipline. The second D is distraction. Destroyment. And the foundation of this is stand on the first discipline. If you don't have discipline, you will definitely get distracted. If you get distracted, you're destroyed. So always remember this. And the pillars of your backbone should be always five. Five pillars should be strong in you. Don't trust anyone till the time you achieve something. Right? You're doing a startup, you're working on the trading journey. किसी को मत बताओ till your success starts to speak. Okay? Second foundation. Don't be in an attachment with anyone so that when you feel lonely, you have someone to work on. The foundation should be you should be having the control of your emotions, not the other person. So, this will be your second foundation. Third foundation, definitely the journey where you are in is a lonely journey. In lonely journey, you feel depressed, you feel left behind, you will be feel what am I doing in life? You will be feel is this the life what I wanted? उस समय पे you have to keep yourself strong. Post that, the fourth is self-confidence of you not losing. शेर को जंगल में देखा होगा, उसको राजा भी कहते हैं, नो डाउट. बट कभी कभी राजा सर्कस में भी रहता है. So be the fox or the wolf. Because have you ever seen a wolf in a circus? No. Right? And they are the leaders. So they don't leave anyone behind. They will guide everyone out. So be the wolf, guide yourself, keep your health clean. With the health clean, make sure that you have the habit of healthy eating and build strength, not weakness. Agar the last and the least, which is not important, but it's one of the core. What is it called as? Never speak your weaknesses to anyone. अगर आपका कोई सीक्रेट है, ना आपका फैमिली को बताओ, अगर मैरिड हो ना आपका वाइफ को बताओ, किसी को मत बताओ, because one or the other day they will use it on you. So be careful on what you speak to the people. So these are the only five pillars you need in life to gain the success. Okay? Always. You might be good at what you're doing. I don't have a problem. You might be good at what you're developing. I don't have a problem. Right? To break a person, it just needs 3 minutes. Kitna bhi strong rehne do. Right? So make sure you guys build that confidence of not getting break. दुख होगा सेना सीखो. एंड ये सब इंटैक्ट बने रखने के लिए एक ही चीज है. इफ यू आर सैड, स्माइल. इफ यू आर हैप्पी, स्माइल. If you're not energetic, smile. If you're demotivated, smile. If you're crying, smile. The universe will give it to you back what you think. कितना रहेंगे यार लोग. लोग खुद थक जाएंगे. इसको दुख दो, ये हंस रहा है. राइट. उदास करो, ये हंस रहा है. राइट. पैसा नहीं है, हंसो. तो भी लोग कंफ्यूज हो जाना चाहिए कि बाय द एक्ट ऑफ योर मोशन कि ये बंदा हंस कैसे रहा है जब इसके पास कुछ है ही नहीं. ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, स्माइल इज द ओनली की टू बर्न एनीवन. लोग आपके पीछे बात कर रहे हैं, बात करने दो. प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. अगर आपके सामने बात कर रहे हैं तो गिव देम द आंसर. नो. आपको हाथ उठाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. जस्ट यू हैव टू स्माइल. बिकॉज व्हेन यू स्माइल, दे डोंट हैव वर्ड्स. एंड इंसान कब जीतता है? अगर तुम किसी के साथ आर्गुमेंट में हो एंड तुम्हें लग रहा है कि लाइक ये आर्गुमेंट बकवास है, हमेशा उसे बात करने दो. रिएक्ट ही मत करो. चुपचाप रहो. शांत. till the time you don't revert back, you won't have anything. The opponent won't be having anything to say. And always remember, I will give you 3 sign keys of a very strong intellectual person. जहाँ पे भी आपको इंसान देखे, समझ लेना उससे स्ट्रांग हो रहा और कोई नहीं कैरी करेगा. फर्स्ट, दैट पर्सन विल बी साइलेंट. कितना भी बात करो, कितना भी चिक चिक करो, वो साइलेंट रहता है. सेकेंड, if there is gossips going around, he is not interested. Third, a person who is reading book in an environment where that's not suitable. Just for an example, आप एक पार्टी में गए हो एंड उस पार्टी में बुक पढ़ रहा है वो बंदा, तो समझ लेना उसे हराने वाला कोई नहीं होगा. एंड फोर्थ, राइट, ही socializing but anti social way. मतलब वो उसी के साथ बात कर रहा है जिसके सामने उसे बात करना हो. Because his words, he knows the value of it. Okay. So whenever you notice a person like this, don't try to mess with his mind. He will mess you up. Right? इनके पास दो चीज होता है. They know how to manipulate your mind. They know how to get your work done by you. So always be calm. जितना शांत रहोगे उतना अच्छा. Who wins the negotiation करके अगर मेरे को पूछोगे, I will always say it's not the owners, it's not the seller, it's not a person who is buying. A person who is quiet when there is a negotiation going on, that is the person who wins. जो शांत रहता है. यहाँ पे क्या होता है पता है? जब नेगोशिएशन चलता है ना, जो बायर रहता है वो खुद के बोलता है नहीं ये प्राइस में देना है तो दो वरना नहीं चाहिए. The salesman will never agree to that word because he is in the ego, so he will never drop the price as much as you want. But same thing, there is a negotiation going on, there is a person who is silent in the room and just listening and not reverting back. The salesman will always understand I am speaking something wrong. So when they lose the conversation, that's when you will get the discount. एंड जिसको भी BMW खरीदना है, BMW शोरूम में बात मत करो जब कार खरीदने जा रहे हो. इफ यू वांट द बेस्ट डील टू बी क्रैक्ड, राइट? एंड दैट टू अ पर्सन हु इज इन बैंगलोर और दुबई. नो, आई डोंट नो अबाउट मुंबई. सो बैंगलोर एंड दुबई, be as silent as possible, right? I got the boosted added for my X7 at free of cost. हाँ, डेफिनेटली कार पे डिस्काउंट नहीं होगा, बट जो एड ऑन्स मिलते हैं ना उसमें बहुत सारा चेंजेस हो सकता है. एंड दिस बूस्टर कॉस्ट इज ऑफ 50 lakhs जो फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट में वो डाल के दिया. ओके, ऑलवेज वर्क ऑन इट. Presumptions and executions are two key interest points which will be taken under the action through the previous. So always make sure that stay as calm as possible. Let it be in trading, let it be in startup, let it be in buying something. Be as calm as possible. I've taken a long in Nifty ID 200 points. Not interested. MTSL follow कर लेना. Sir, if possible, can you mark the supply and demand on 4 hours time frame in gold? From 10th October to 14th November, I have marked but wanted to check if it right or not. बैक टेस्टिंग का मार्किंग है या फॉरवर्ड टेस्टिंग का मार्किंग है? बैक टेस्टिंग सर, अभी बैक टेस्टिंग करके खुद को मिस्टेक फाइंड कर रहा हूँ. Whatever doubts you guys are having, please do ask. The stream will be there for next 15 minutes. On the setup, yes. First candle should have the wick, not the second candle. If first candle is having the wick, you can look for it. यार इतना फोमो में ट्रेड्स क्यों कर रहे हो आप लोग, मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. Varun, call me after the stream. 3 दिन में अच्छा खासा प्रॉफिट हुआ है पता है, बट आज क्या हो गया है तुम्हें? Why are you executing the trades in running? कुछ भी. सप्लाई कंप्लीटेड इट सीम्स. कहाँ पे कंप्लीट हुआ है सप्लाई? मैथ करो ना भाई. स्विंग लो, स्विंग हाई, रिट्रेसमेंट. 3012 पे आएगा नंबर. वही वही. Without setups, why are you executing at first place? Follow the setups. Please don't scold. भाई जब लैपटॉप सामने है तब ट्रेड करो यार वरुण. अननेसेसरी। इसको गाली देने से भी कुछ फायदा नहीं। कहाँ पे हो? जो फोन में ट्रेड कर रहे हो बिना लैपटॉप का, पहली बार। ये वर्षा, इसका कुछ करो यार। भाई वो गलत एंट्री है, अभी बोल रहा हूँ। ये जो एंट्री तूने लिया है ना, गलत है। पूरा एसएल दे अभी। लंदन सेशन का 4 पॉइंट। ठीक है। बिना एसएल दिए बीच में कट किया ना, देख लियो। रूल्स को फॉलो कर। कोई बात नहीं यार, रूल्स को फॉलो कर, उतना है। Why do you guys break the rules? I don't understand. इतना अच्छा खासा चल रहे हो, पहला एसएल देने वाला है आज। दे अभी। सच में तुम्हारा फोमो और तुम दोनों डालो टपरवेयर की वैक्यूम कवर में, वैक्यूम सील करो एंड फ्रिज में रखो। Trade fearlessly, following the risk management, with the risk management be in the directions of the math. Emotionless trading is very much important. जीतने से खुशी मनाना, हारने से दुखी हो जाना is not the quality of the traders. Make sure don't exit the trades in FOMO, running candles, and wait patiently till the targets are hit with the calmness. All the new members do the back testing, forward testing. With the forward testing, live analysis. With the live analysis, come with the small value and execute the trades to understand and build the confidence. Post the confidence is built, then come with the real value and execute the trades with following a proper risk to reward. With following the proper risk to reward, what are the next steps that needs to be looked at? Protect your capital and don't blow the account. This is Nitesh signing off. मिलते हैं शाम में, तब तक के लिए टेक केयर, बाय बाय।